This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The time is now 6:53. Time to get you ready to take on your Friday and the weekend in the morning sprint.
Allison Martinez live with helpful tips from a local doctor in honor of Heart Health Month.
Sydney Charles has details on the special counsel report on President Biden's handling of classified information.
But first, let's get to Mark with what we can expect in our forecast for the weekend.
Drying out today, things are looking pretty good in our First Alert weather. And of course, that First Alert weather app is still very valid, still free, still in the App Store. All right, we're sitting at 29 degrees. Everybody's going to warm up. It's mid-30s into Ritzville. We've got 32 into Coeur d'Alene. The radar says all of this event from the light snow continues to move out. Sprague's still picking up a little bit of light snow showers, but for the most part, it's a done deal for us. We're going to have temperatures warming up to about average. We're going to be in the upper 30s throughout much of the afternoon.
A man arrested last night in connection with a murder in the Logan neighborhood is in jail this morning on a $1 million bond. Spokane police say 32-year-old Gunnar Doherty caused a standoff near the Logan Elementary last night. He barricaded himself inside a crawl space of a home near Morton and Montgomery, just blocks away from where the murder happened. Now, police and SWAT units surrounded the home on North Morton in the early evening. Inside the house with Doherty were two children, ages 14 and 8. They soon left the home safely. Police attempted negotiations for hours before eventually shooting pepper spray into the home, flushing Doherty out of the house. We don't know yet the identity of the man who was killed 6 days ago, but police say they'll release more information as the investigation unfolds.
4 News Now has been looking for answers since a 67-year-old woman was shot and killed by Spirit Lake police in her apartment in November. Tonight, we may finally get those answers. Spirit Lake's mayor contacted our newsroom last night saying the Kootenai County Prosecutor's Office plans to release a report on the shooting. He also says city officials and the police plan to release their reports as well. S.A. Floyd was shot by officers who went into her senior living apartment. The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says after shooting her, the officers left her apartment, got a search warrant, went back in. She died at the scene. Investigators have not released the reason for the officers opening fire at this point.
These are the 9 Spokane police officers investigators say were involved in the South Hill shooting that killed a man last week. It happened on January 31st near South Stevens and West Cliff Drive. We're also learning new details about the encounter. This all started when officers responded to a call that an armed man was threatening to kill himself. Police say they told the man to drop the gun, and on 2 occasions, the man raised the gun towards the officers. Investigators say the gun the man pointed at officers was purchased in December. All 9 officers are currently on administrative leave, paid administrative leave. This is an ongoing investigation. We'll continue to update you as soon as we learn more.
In a move that comes as a surprise to many of her constituents, U.S. Representative for Eastern Washington, Cathy McMorris Rodgers, will not run for re-election. In a statement, she said, quote, "The best is yet to come." McMorris Rodgers is one of 2 Republicans who represent the state of Washington in Congress. She served in Congress for almost 20 years, representing Eastern Washington with a strong conservative voice. McMorris Rodgers' term ends in 2025. As it stands today, it would leave Dan Newhouse as the last Washington Republican in Congress.
New details on the investigation into President Biden's handling of classified documents. A report from special counsel Robert Hur found Biden willfully retained and shared classified materials at some locations, but not at others where they could have been brought by mistake. The report highlighted President Biden's age and cast doubt on his mental acuity. In the 345-page report issued Thursday, Hur, who was appointed by former President Donald Trump, wrote that his assessment of Biden's power of recall was hazy, fuzzy, faulty, and having significant limitations. The fallout from the report and how the president is responding is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Today, we're at the Prevention Center for Heart and Brain Health in Spokane. I was joined by Dr. Amy Doneen this morning, who told us that for most people, they don't see any indicators of cardiovascular disease before having a heart attack or stroke. This is why she shared some quick and proactive tips to help you maintain a healthier lifestyle. We'll have all that information on our website, kxoy.com.
The Hilliard neighborhood gathered yesterday to celebrate the opening of Jubilant Hollister Steers 50,000 square foot Spokane plant expansion. The company manufactures biomedical products. One of the products includes one of the first medicines used to fight COVID-19. The company broke ground on the development of the plant in November of 2021 thanks to a $92 million private investment. Ultimately, this expansion will double its yearly output of medicine and create 200 new jobs for people with all sorts of education levels. We'll have a final check of our weather with Mark coming up right after this break.